What's your first memory Friday morning?
My first memory is waking up to a phone call from my husband, John, who had my son Walker. We were at different places, just saying that the police just knocked on the door and he just said, our house is about to flood. The river is to our back patio and it's coming in waves.
Lucy, you're at camp. My grandmother went to Camp Mystic.
That's so cool.
Right?
I love that.
And so we've been very familiar with the camp out there. Lucy, I have to ask, favorite activity at camp was what?
I kind of had like two.
Okay.
Horseback riding and fishing.
Lucy, what do you remember about this 4th of July?
I just remember having to get evacuated and the water kept rising.
I apologize. I've never actually been in a cabin there. So can you kind of explain to those of us who have never been out there, did you wake up or?
At 12, I woke up to really loud thunder and I couldn't fall back asleep because I just had a gut feeling that something bad was about to happen. And then around 2, everyone started to wake up and they kept going in the bathroom and stuff, and our counselor just told us to get back in our beds because it was just a little rain. And then people from different cabins started coming to our porch and yelling wake up and go to rec hall because there's a flood. So we had to take a blanket, a pillow, a water bottle, and a flashlight. And then we went to rec hall, and then we had to go on the 2nd floor because it was coming in.
The water was coming in the bottom of the rec hall?
Yeah.
So you get to the 2nd floor, and then what?
Then we just had to wait there till the sun rose.
When the sun came up, then what?
Then we all had to get in a single file line, and then we had to go to the new camp because the new camp, the flood didn't hit the new camp.
It was on high ground.
Yeah. And so we got to the new camp, and then we had to wait there for 5 hours, and we got to eat some pizza. So we had no food or breakfast.
After you ate the pizza, Lucy, what happened?
So we just had to sit there and draw and talk to each other. And then we had to get checked off, and then we had to wait for a helicopter.
A helicopter?
It was all flooded, so you couldn't get out.
Wow.
So we had to evacuate on helicopters, and they dropped us off at the Ingram High School, and then we took a bus to the elementary school, and we got to eat more food.
Were you sitting next to your bunkmates?
Half of our cabin was on a different helicopter, and then there were girls from different cabins. So yeah, we were just all squished together.
And what was that like when it took off and you looked down and you could see everything?
It was super pretty, but it was also not pretty at the same time.
Not pretty how?
Because everything looked flooded and broken, so it was also kind of sad.
I'm curious, when did you first find out about what was happening?
Well, parents were all on a text thread typically with the other moms of the girls in each cabin.
Sure.
So people were texting about it and going to camp forever, but also a couple summers ago we lived at Mystic and I worked there. I felt like she was in the safest place she could be because of the extensive flood evacuation plans that they trained us all in. So this is just unprecedented. The water never got near any of those cabins ever before when we would have a little flooding. But so the moms were kind of panicking, and I just thought they're in great hands, and they were in great hands. Again, nobody could have predicted this.
You knew Lucy was on the riverside of camp.
I did, and so at one point, I'm fortunate because I have worked there and have contacts that are close. I was able to get confirmation pretty early.
How would you describe that 4-hour window where you didn't know how Lucy was?
I mean, just the longest 4 hours of my life until I knew for sure. It was agony.
There were so many rumors going around early on. When you finally found out that the number missing was real?
Just devastating with our network of my camp friends that had their kids there as well as family friends. I mean, all of us, all we could do is just try to reassure each other and pray, but I think I was in disbelief. Just thought maybe they were just hunkered down somewhere.
And could you have ever imagined that you would be picking Lucy up from a helicopter?
No, never. When I saw her, she was wrapped up in a blanket and had a teddy bear. Some volunteers gave all the girls when they got off, and we just held each other tight, and I held her all night. Just so grateful to God.
You know the camp, you know the families here. What are you telling them?
We're just all trying to lift each other up at this moment, at this time, but unfortunately, I do have loved ones that have girls that are still missing or unaccounted for, and loved ones who have lost their daughters, and their daughters are family to us because it's a big family, and it's just heart-wrenching. I just want to keep offering that love and support, and Lucy too. We're just trying to keep the spirit of Mystic alive, the positive things it's done for all of us. Like you said, your grandmother was there.
Yeah.
I mean, my grandmother was a counselor there from like 38 to 41 or something.
Lucy, is there anything that you would like to say to the families of the folks hurting?
I just like pray that their daughters are okay, and like if like they're in like heaven, just that they're watching over their families.
And it's never, when people say they're in a better place, I sometimes find that cliche, but some of the parents have said things like, but they'll be forever playing at their favorite place in the world at Camp Mystic, and I think that is beautiful.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.